Welcome to Posh Little Crafts YouTube channel. Today I'll be working on some DIY back to school Cricut labels for my son Josiah, who's going into grade 3. Items that I used for this project are listed on the screen. First, click on text, then type the name of the person or persons that you're making the labels for. Use the drop-down menu option below fonts to select the font that you would like to use for your project. Once you've selected your font, you can adjust the spacing using the up or down arrow that's located below letter space. For this project, I will be adding an offset to the name. An offset basically adds a decorative outline to the shape or the text that I have on the screen, and you'll see what this looks like in a minute. I'm doing this so that my words or my letters will pop a bit more, and that because I have no plans of cutting them individually, so they will be coming out like the stickers that I can easily remove without having to weed a lot of area. And then I can just add them directly to whatever it is that I'm placing them on. Right now I'm toggling between different colors for my text. I'm just trying to find colors that will complement the items that I have for my son. So I'm going to be using red and navy blue. In addition, I've set my offset color to white, and that's because I don't want it overpowering the text. Just having this nice subtle background is what I would prefer. So now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be combining each text with its offset background. So notice what happens in the right column. So I'm merging the blue now with the white offset that it belongs to by highlighting and then selecting flatten at the base of the screen. What this does is that it combines the object as one unit so that when I print it, the text is attached or welded to the offset that it belongs to. What I'm also doing is I'm adding a rectangle, and the measurement will be 6.75 by 9.25, or as close to that as I possibly can get. And this represents the area that you're allowed to do a print and cut project from Cricut. So whatever I'm planning on printing and cutting should fit within those parameters. This rectangle is temporary, so I will remove it or hide it or delete it before I send the project to print and cut. So I was actually going to edit the video to remove this error, but I think I need to show it. So when I created the size of my offset resulted in two separate pieces, the Josiah and the C by itself. I don't want it to cut like that, so I'm expanding my offset to merge them into one piece. So if I didn't do this, then I would have two pieces cutting, Josiah and C, and that's not what I want. And so I'm just going to repeat the step now of merging the offset with the name and highlighting that and flattening it. So this is a better reflection of how I want my stickers to be. I'll then quickly redo some of the initial steps of having one of the names in blue and one in red. So I will put my rectangle behind the text, and I do that by clicking at the top where it says arrange and selecting send to back. Now what I'm doing is I'm resizing my name labels. I'll make several copies of each size, and I'm making the copies quickly by simply selecting one and using my keyboard shortcodes. So Control C, Control V, that's quicker for me. I did a lot of Control V's that gave you that trail coming down. And as I do this, I size accordingly. I know which objects I have to put the stickers on. So I have backpacks, pencil cases, pencils, twistables, sharpeners, glue sticks. So there are sizes. So that's essential in when you're doing this, to make sure that you have sizes that match what you're putting the labels on. Okay, so I'm just going to play along with that for a while. I'm just going to fast forward a bit so that we can skip some of this housework. So now that I have all the names in the different sizes that I would like them to be, I'm going to remove the temporary background, or the gray rectangle. After removing the gray background, I'm going to attach all the names together, and this will allow for them to remain as is when I send it to print and cut and not be scattered all over, which can also affect them not being in the template of the 6.75 by 9.25. So attaching helps me to maintain that shape and that size. Is attached, I'll click on Make It. This is a large project. Print and cut, I normally get this message when I have a lot of images, but it will eventually load. Cricut recognizes that this is a print and cut file, and by doing that, it puts the black border around it, and those are the sensor marks that the machine will use to determine the distance when cutting. I'll then click Continue. I'll then click Send to Printer. My laptop and devices are all connected, so it's going to be sending it to my HP printer. In this section, I'm going to update the number of copies to 2, and then I'll select Print. I will be printing on 2 different kinds of materials, hence why I have 2 copies. The first one that I'll be printing on is the printable vinyl, or printable heat transfer vinyl, and that's because some of the items that I'm going to be labeling for school are fabric, and I want them to adhere as heat transfer material, so I'm going to be using the printable vinyl for that. The other kind of material that I will be using is the sticker paper, and that's for the other items, and I'll be lining covering my sticker paper with a transparent vinyl to give it a waterproof texture. So now I'm going to browse for the first material that I'm using to print on. While I'm browsing, my printable vinyl and sticker paper are being printed via the printer. So I'm just prepping to put them now on the Cricut mat so that they will cut. As you can see, I've set my base material to printable vinyl, and I've improved on the pressure to more, and I've checked or clicked the cut button on the Cricut machine, so that's cutting in the background. I'd like to point out that for the sticker paper, I added a transparent vinyl on top of it within the borders of the black outline prior to cutting, and that's to make it a bit more waterproof and durable. And when I was cutting it, the setting that I used is stencil film. There are many other videos about making stickers on Cricut. I'll link a few at the bottom of this video, or make a future video showing you what I do. But just wanted to make a note of that I did not look for sticker paper here, but instead I used stencil film as my setting when cutting the sticker paper that was covered in transparent vinyl. Okay, so I printed 2 sheets of paper. One is on printable vinyl and the other is on sticker paper. So for the printable vinyl, these will be attached to the fabric back to school items, like my son's backpack and his pencil case. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach his name to his pencil case. It is fabric, so I'm just gonna peel. Let's see, I'll probably use the red
I'm just going to put his name right below. Just finding the best place to put it. Okay, so we're going to do it here. Let's see. He's quite particular about his stuff. So I'm just going to check with him where we'd prefer his name to be. Okay, so I'm glad I checked with him. We were both on the same page. He wants it here. Okay, so I'm just going to put my pressing mat between the layers. And I'm just going to use one of the bigger names for this piece. I'm just going to peel it off using the red. It's a bit awkward, but we'll make it work. And I'm just going to press it on here. Okay, so there we have it. All pressed. It shifted a bit because it was a bit awkward to line up with this in the middle. I would probably lower the heat if I was doing this again. But I was able to take it off quickly, and you can see the fabric coming through the printable vinyl, which is good. It shows that it's fully secured. And there we go. One down. Okay, so this is a demonstration of the printable vinyl. The other sheet that I printed was sticker paper, and what I did was I added a layer of clear vinyl from the Dollarama over the sticker paper to make it a bit more waterproof and durable. So let me just go get that. Okay, so this is the sticker paper, and I've cut it. It's cut right through. This is the first time I'm cutting on the what's the setting? I use the stencil film setting and set it to more, and it did a perfect cutout. I'm really happy about this. Okay, so now I'll have a jar filled with stickers to label his items. So this is his sharpener, his spool. I'm just gonna open it here. And now I'm gonna add his name to his sharpener. Okay, so there are a few that came off here. I'm just going to take one of them. We don't need anything big and protruding, just so I see. There we go. Last year I did this, and I did it with transparent printable sticker paper, clear sticker paper. I'm preferring these much better. And I also like that I was able to do the offset around the names. So lots of labeling for me tonight. I'm gonna also show one more with his glue sticks for school. Yes, I have to buy all his supplies. We do receive a list of things that are needed, as well as the recommended brands. I bought the Prit because it was reasonable on Amazon. And so we're going to just put his name right here. And as I mentioned, this was sticker paper, matte finish, and I put a transparent vinyl on top of it to make it more waterproof or wear-proof. And I know there's another one hanging here, so I'm just going to use it up as well on his glue sticks. And there we go. Thank you for watching, and looking forward to seeing how you're preparing for back to school. We go back on September 7th. Take care. Bye bye.